No. Be quiet.
Talking, we're starting.
Place your mouth. They can hear you.
It's Tuesday afternoon, clock's moving slow. We got a spot where the good times go. Kick back, pull up, take a seat. Laughing so hard you forget the week. No script, no rules, just jokes on blast. Stories flying way too fast. If you're bored, well not no more. 'Cause here we go at 4 o'clock sharp. You hear that knock? That's the fun at the door. Tuesday at 4, yeah, we're hanging out. Got your belly skunky friends all around talking nonsense. Laughing loud, best damn hang you're gonna find in town. Tuesday at 4.
The following show is being broadcast in front of a live Facebook and YouTube audience and is being brought to you by the Hippie Broadcasting Network, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records. Now, here are your hosts, Dosa Gonchavelli and Little Skunky.
Yay!
Didn't change it. Forgot to change it. Hate it. What in the Sam hell is that over there? Hello?
You talking about me?
Yeah, you, fella. What's your name? Are you new here?
I am.
I've never met you before.
I know. I don't know you either. You look like a dork, bro.
Oh, good. This is going to be great. This is going to
Right. They warned me about you.
They told me about you. They said I was a weird fella coming, looking, working here.
They said he got some good weed with him.
I do.
Right. Yeah.
I only buy the
What?
best.
Hey, I'm new here. What we got going on? And who's this fella down here?
This handsome fella is Jeff. Weed
Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
connoisseur. Weed connoisseur, Jeff. He's a weedian. Have you ever
Nice.
heard of one? He's a
Yeah.
weed. Yeah, he's a weedian.
He's like me.
Oh, you're
So,
a weedian too?
Yeah. So you smoke shit tons of weed too, huh, Jeff?
Oh, I don't. Different weedian. Different type of weedian.
Oh. He got a different
Hello.
definition. My bad.
Is it cold there, Mo?
Yeah, it's pretty chilly in my house.
Yeah, it's freaking chilly here too, I'll tell you. I can't see the temperature. They're telling me the score of the Ranger game right now, but
They're
it's cold.
probably losing.
Oh, yeah, probably. Anyway, how you guys been? Viva, like I said, she wrote to us earlier in the day and said, unfortunately, she has to fight crime down in Georgia, so she's not going to be able to make it today. Scribbles has got his cape on, and he's fighting crime, her and Scribbles and the Flying Penguins. So it's just us. What do you want to talk about? Got lots of questions that people wrote in. Hello.
Well, let's answer their questions, or have Jeff and Mo anyway.
Well, Jeff, do you have anything you want to start off with? You got anything you would like to throw at us?
Sure. So the topic about that I wanted to discuss this week was about the THC and how people are still shopping off of these unrealistically high numbers, and hopefully some solutions that we can figure out to addressing some of these problems.
Yeah, let me stop you right there because we can address one right here. Why is 30% bad? Or it's not that it's bad. I guess you're not saying it's bad, but it's just not as common as it seems to be nowadays. Is that what you're hinting at?
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going at. So
how do these numbers get so big if they're not really that big?
Sure. So, so overall, the thing that we keep on kind of putting out there, social media posts, conversations we're having with people, like we try to let people know that the average THC is somewhere between 18 to 22, maybe 18 to 24 for the majority of the states that are reporting these data. And that's kind of what we see in our lab as well. That's a pretty normal range of THC to see in a flower and those kind of products. And so it's kind of concerning to see that there's a lot of test results. There's a lot of product on the shelf that's hitting unrealistically high numbers, such as these 30 to 35, or maybe in some cases, like even worse. Like we were reviewing some of these test results from New York, and these flower samples were between 40 to 50%, which was just unreal. And so I think it's causing lots of problems. So one thing is that these products are being sold on their THC number, and not necessarily the quality or how well it affects you. And it's just kind of screwing up the market overall.
I get you. I get what you're saying. I've been doing a lot of research because of this show. I've been doing a lot of learning, and I've heard and read a lot of the stuff you're mentioning here in prior conversations. What were you going to say? Waterbong Blue, we have a friend, Pixie Mom out here has said, how you doing, Waterbong Blue?
How you doing?
Yeah, I think they
You
like
do. Have a look.
You're having a problem there, huh?
So listen,
Go ahead.
anyone who thinks they need that high of THC, I have smoked a lot of pot, and 24% is plenty high, even for me.
Yeah. So if you look
I
at
don't know how anybody could tell the difference without looking at the little number on there. I mean,
right.
How do you know?
That 24 could end up being a 12. I mean, you just don't know if it was even
I
honestly
don't
tested
know.
to begin with.
But I don't have a tester at home, so who can technically test it when they're at home unless you have a lab like some of my friends? Then they can test it. But
and at that, we think that there's still a problem with the numbers that are potentially on test results or labels that are overinflated, which is kind of the topic about that we're talking about this week. Is that even if it says it's 30 or 32 or 35, whatever it is, that doesn't mean it actually is that number. It could be significantly less.
Let's get into some of these questions I got. Oh, go ahead, Bong. Go ahead, Blue.
I notice on the labels, they say plus or minus 10 or whatever the number is.
Give or take 10 or 12.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Is that 12 percentage points or 12?
Round it off to the nearest highest number.
Right. That's what I do. So if you've got 30% THC, according to what they say, and you give it minus or plus 10, if you go plus 10, that's 40%. I don't even think that's a possibility.
Yeah. So that is something that we kind of have questions about. Like, so for Oklahoma, we're allowed plus or minus 15%.
Okay.
But that doesn't really tell us whether it's this term absolute or relative. So for us, we're just like, does that mean if you have a 20% that you could report up to 35%?
Is that just giving you a number, a buffer? You can technically call it 30. If it's 15, you can just round it off, add 15% and call it 30. Don't worry about it.
Well, so there's two different ways of looking at this. So like if we're just making it real easy and looking at, let's say it was a 10% variation, like if we had a 20% flower and we added 10% under normal circumstances, we could say like plus or minus 2, right? Which is like 22 to 18. But if we're talking about an absolute percentage, then yeah, I mean, maybe we could add on that 10% and make it 20 or 30. I don't really know what's occurring there or how all of this is being allowed or not caught, but there's definitely a problem. And I mean, it's sitting at the dispensary level too, of where.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just gonna. I just sat up because I was gonna say, can I cut you off for a second here? Because you're talking. This is stuff that could be happening in your regular, monitored. What's the proper word? Regulated dispensary. Just imagine what you're getting when you go to your gas station or your local vape shop that might be selling something that's labeled THCA or
Or if
whatever,
you're choosing black market, yeah.
right? Or going well off
Yeah.
the street. This is where Skunky and I, we have a hard time because, I never had an issue. Or did I?
I still
You
don't.
just, yeah, exactly.
Or all my life
Or
when
with
I was
something else
buying it from
accumulating,
the
and you're
faded
having
guy
some
on
sort
the
of
corner.
and you're having some sort of health effect, and you have no idea if it's
Yeah.
from
Shit made me
the
fat.
contaminated
God damn it.
cannabis, or is it just your natural something else you're eating?
Right. Well, when we were
or
kids,
genetics.
we didn't recognize that we were taking it as medicine, and now I'm like, holy shit! All my life, I've been self prescribing and taking my own medicine, trying to cure myself because nobody would listen to me. Right. So, pardon me.
I still don't.
Nobody listens to me now. I know. All right.
I don't.
I got questions here. From your perspective, how did THC percentages become the dominant metric for cannabis purchasing decisions? How's that, huh?
Okay, well,
fancy this week.
So here's my thoughts on here, and here's a comment as well. So, yeah, so we know that THC is kind of the idea of like how good a product is supposedly.
Well, explain what other things. I hate cutting you off because you're on a thought, and I know you. But I want to explain it for everybody. So I mean, like THC, and you go in there and you look and you see that big number, and you're like, oh my god, that's gonna knock me on my ass. But really, it's not just the THC, and then there could be so many things wrong with it that bring that THC level down, just from the packaging, from the sitting around, how long it's been harvested. There's so many things. It's so hard. I don't have enough time in my day.
Yeah. So kind of going back to this social media post again, like there are plenty of people that are saying like, hey, the THC is only a part of it. And there's quite a few people that are saying that, between 20 to 24 is pretty good. And they're looking for terps as well. Something that's more balanced, and it works really well for them. So I kind of think maybe it's this mentality of, you're trying to get your money's worth. So you're trying to buy the strongest thing or think that you need the strongest weed in order to have the effects that you're looking for. But when the label is inaccurate, and if maybe you're only getting half of that THC, which that's pretty typical for like pre-roll samples. Like the pre-rolls typically come in at half of the THC. So you think you're getting a 30% THC pre-roll and you're only getting 15, like that's what you're actually consuming. And if you like that product and it's actually testing at 15, then why don't you want to know what the actual number is there? But that's just my opinion on that. So
yeah,
I think when the government, hyper focused on THC in like, the 60s and through I think that what it ends up doing, it makes people like fixated on the number that was technically illegal or the compound that was technically illegal. So then it makes people hyper focus on that rather than the rest of the entourage effect or the other attributes of the flower that
just like me when I was taking it for recreational purposes, I thought, and I didn't take into consideration all the things it was doing for me medically, making me smile every day, making me happy, making me less sad. A million things.
Working.
Well, here's another interesting thing too. So like there's a report from the DEA that tracks THC over time. And it was saying in the 90s, like the THC level was about 10% in flower. And I don't know of anybody that was complaining about 10%.
No, this is the part that pisses me off is why do we got to fuck with it now? We're going to end up getting it taken away because people keep messing with shit. But when we were begging for it, and we said, it'll never happen. I can't believe it'll never happen in my day. Now it's here, and now we're fucking it up because we're
money got involved
with this, and we're
money got involved
with that, and we're fucking with this, and we're fucking with that. And they're going to end up taking it. People are getting sick and throwing up, and people are buying shit from the wrong places and getting shit from the shit in the shit store. And then
that's your opinion.
All right, well, you just sit there, Blue. This is your first day on the job. I want any shit out of you. I'd squeeze your head. That being said,
right.
Anyway, moving on. Go ahead. Good day, Steve, all the way from Australia. Our friend Steve is here from Australia. Go ahead, Jeff. Shut me up, because me and Blue, we're gonna fight.
No, you're good. But yeah, to that point, like 20, 30 years ago, like people weren't complaining when they were getting 10% THC, and like now that the numbers are like have increased due to like different bars and all of that, like
24%.
Well, it's also, I think it's also the fact that they could get it. So 20 or 30 years ago, you were just happy you could get it and you didn't get arrested, right?
Right, yeah.
So if you're happy you can get it and
purple,
you didn't get
brown,
arrested,
yellow,
they're not going to complain about the THC percentage. But now that it's like a legal market,
back then we didn't even know about the THC percentage.
Yeah.
Half of us didn't even get it.
You just got happy because you had it. And you were like, well,
found
it's better
something
than not
that was
having
going to get you a buzz, yeah, and you
Yeah.
didn't have to listen to your parents for an hour.
well,
Go ahead, Jeff.
Sorry.
no, you're good. So
Yeah.
a theory that's been kind of put out there, and it seems like this might be happening in multiple states as well, is that maybe regulators don't want to actually correct the market, so everything kind of goes to shit, and they have an excuse to get rid of it. So like our governor and attorney general in Oklahoma has basically said to shut down the medical marijuana market or send it back to a referendum vote. And so maybe it's being done deliberately. We don't know. Like, but since this problem is happening in other states too, and because we know regulators are talking to each other in other states, like it could be a real possibility that they don't want to correct this problem.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of it. Why would they want to? I mean, it doesn't make sense financially for them to get rid of it. I mean, it would make sense to figure it out, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, do you believe THC percentages is an accurate reflection of product quality or consumer experience?
Well, for me, I would disagree with that. I know a lot of seasoned smokers and patients that would actually recommend having lower THC products with more terpenes in it, different kind of flavors and other things. Like it just kind of depends if we're talking about flower or other things. But I think there's a lot of people that would say that you don't need the highest THC to get the best effects. And in fact, some of that flower is just like junk when it's being all focused in on that THC. But once again, if you can actually trust the results that are either on the label or the test results, like you just don't know. It could be like literally half of that THC value, and you don't know unless you get it independently tested.
Right. I think a lot of people, because of the days that we lived through in the past, it was forbidden. So you had the ability to get it, and you would pack that bowl, and you would smoke it, and you would catch a buzz, and you would giggle, and you would laugh, and you would have a good time, and you got high. And now nobody thinks about actually sitting back and enjoying the aroma, enjoying the taste. It was more of a hurry up, we gotta get this shit in and done before mom comes or the principal comes or whoever, or the cops or whoever, and now you can actually do it, and people are still doing it, myself included. I'll still take a bud and cram a whole bud right in that sumbitch, and instead of taking my time and breaking it up and making it and enjoying the taste of it, and like a cigar or wine, like you should enjoy the aromas and the terpenes. Yes, Jeff. Good point. No, should I go on?
That's all a personal matter, I guess.
Hello. What do you think, Jeff? No.
No. I mean, I would personally agree with that. That I think that like how that particular strain affects you is what you should be focusing on, and not the highest THC. And I've said this so many times.
But, what I was getting at, yeah.
Yeah, like I've said this so many times, but like if I go into a liquor store, I'm not going to go be buying Everclear every single time because it has the most alcohol. Like I enjoy Scotch. I want to drink like a good flavored Scotch, and I don't want to go in and just get Everclear and get hammered. That's not the experience that I'm looking for.
But if you were an alcoholic, you would.
I mean, maybe.
Good point.
So is that the? So then, by that same comparison, like is everybody that's smoking pot, is that's all they're looking for, is just that high and not like to have a more full body experience with it, or to help treat certain things? Like, are they just looking to get that like instant high?
Well, and they're not even getting accurate numbers, so they're not even.
Well, nobody
Yeah,
knows now.
That's my point exactly. Like,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
can't
We're
even
not even
trust
getting
the
accurate
label or
numbers
the test
anyway.
results, yeah. Like,
I trust them. Yeah.
you
You
trust the
trust
test.
you trust the test,
You trust his the results.
or
of
you trust your
Florida.
response to it.
I
you
trust the
actually you actually
results.
trust the label.
Why wouldn't I?
You trust the
Oh,
results.
well, I mean,
If I
it's
can't trust one, I can't trust any. So where does it stop?
Well, that's kind of the whole point of, like, having a transparent, like, even like Metric has an open API. So if we pretty much created something where, like, a group of labs across the nation were willing to, like, live stream and show themselves testing and showing their protocols and showing the way that they do the math, and then having an open API connected to Metric, where those patients could actually see, hey, these are the grows that are willing to get their stuff transparently tested. Here's the labs that are willing to transparently test it, because it is ubiquitous everywhere, that everywhere is inflating numbers. It's across the nation. So I get what you're saying, where you have to kind of choose to trust it or not. But the reality is that if there's economic interest and it helps keep your business to survive, then the vast majority in a business, if you've invested your whole life into it, is probably going to fake the numbers. This is why we have trouble kind of keeping our retaining customers. Like, we don't have very many retaining customers, because a lot of people blatantly tell us that they can go somewhere else and get higher numbers.
And then they say, yeah, we can go get better numbers and fake it over here across town at Joe Schmo's laboratory.
So from our experience in a laboratory, it's hard to believe that anywhere is really truly honest, like, unless they're willing to actually show their work.
Right.
So
yes.
I don't believe barely any
you
of the
sound
labels.
a lot like that.
And sometimes I don't even.
Skunky.
Sometimes it's hard to even trust the labels that we put out, because how do we even know that the sample that we got was real?
Right. And it wasn't a sample from another batch.
Or something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or something. Or a plant that was grown in its own little special tent, right?
Yeah. Well, give me
a little special treatment.
Yeah. You got. I gotta go get it tested.
Well,
yeah.
and this isn't just a problem here. Like, there's plenty of instances and like articles, reports, like news reports from different states where this is a problem everywhere with THC potency inflation. So
not Pennsylvania.
It's not just us. It's happening everywhere.
No, come on.
No, come on.
Pennsylvania's perfect. We're perfect over here.
Perfect Pennsylvania.
Perfect Pennsylvania. Anyway, moving on. What's the most common misunderstanding consumers have about THC potency?
I think the idea of the effect, I think from what I've heard of people, I think I told you this before, where we had somebody, one of Jeff's actual close friends, that was a grower and had a legit dispensary, had a legit grow, and he got out because of this problem. He was explaining THC as being the cab. It'll take you to the destination, but if the flower has no, like, legs and other good cannabinoids and terpenes and flavonoids, then the high is going to be very, very short-lived and not going to be as medicinal. So I think the perception that the THC is going to create that higher effect for a longer period of time is, or whatever that medicinal effect may be that you're seeking out, I think that is a common misperception.
Well said, my friend. Well said.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If this is the person I'm thinking of as well, I think they were saying their favorite strain was Granddaddy Perp with like 18% THC and 3% terps.
Yeah,
like he was asking for an 18% THC as his preferred smoke.
Yeah,
and this was a grower, a guy that had been using it for a very, very long time.
A professional, we'll call him.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the perception from the people that are not in the industry and aren't really in the know. The rough part is the people that are in the industry are stuck in this catch-22, where they're like, I can't get my stuff sold unless it has these numbers because there is a miseducation.
Right.
So
And
then they're stuck in that trap, and they gotta
it becomes that
shop.
big vicious circle of
Yeah.
it sits
And then-
around for a while, then it gets more dangerous as it sits, moves on, gets turned into what we would call dabs or concentrates, because somebody finally said, yeah, I'll give you a little bit of money for that barrel or whatever you got over there. And yeah, and then it just gets worse. Jeremy, our friend Jeremy Wood, says, what do you think about some of these COAs that are showing 5 to 7% terpenes for natural flower? I think that sounds
Yeah,
good.
so that's a really good question.
Thank you.
So I've been trying to do some research to see what like average terpene numbers are, and it seems to be somewhere around 1 to 3% or 1 to 4%. Very high terpenes seem to be about 4 or 5. So things that are pushing that, I'm not really sure.
I've seen a 7.
We've had a
Seven.
few, but they're few and far between. They're like
Yeah,
very
like-
much outliers. We've
like
had
literally
some
a
that are pretty
handful.
high. Yeah.
Literally a handful that have ever pushed that high.
And terpenes are constantly evaporating off. So by the time you get that flower, are you
Right,
really
every
gonna be
day.
getting that 5% terp?
Let me ask you a question, gentlemen. Well, I got you here. These containers with that little pop fresh seal on the top, that does amazing, right? That keeps my weed nice and fresh. No terpenes disappear. I don't have to worry about nothing when it has that little seal on the top, right? And one of them little salt pepper packets in there. Everything's good, right?
Everything's so great.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's what I thought.
So perfect.
We were being funny, guys. We were joking. It was just skit.
It's the best.
No, that shit sucks.
Primo.
And your weed is still losing its flavor. It's still losing its terpenes. It's still losing its power. Even when it's sitting on a shelf in a sealed proof container, for crying out loud. And then what I want to know is, where the hell can I get the fresh stuff at? When they didn't have weed legal, every once in a while a dude come by, a shady guy on the street, I get a bag of green stuff. It was like fresh. You touch it, it was sticky and it smelled really pretty and fresh and new. I ain't seen that shit since medical came to Pennsylvania here, because now everything I touch turns to teeth. That's right. I'm like King Midas, as I was told. Everything I touch turns to gold. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm done singing.
No, I think you're all right. I know you were talking about like how product that you would get would be like crumbly and kind of seemingly old by the time that you would get it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure how you address the issue of trying to get a fresher product, but yeah, maybe it's also
nothing I can do. I'm screwed. Every
Nothing.
time I go there, I mean, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. They got me by these guys right here. And they're holding me over a barrel, and they're like, well, if you want the really, really good stuff, you pay $290 for an ounce of it, and then maybe it'll stay fresh for a few days before it dries out and turns to shit. Oh, and put a piece of bread in there. That'll help you. I'm like, what? Bread in my fucking weed? What the hell are you talking about? Go ahead, Jeff.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, put the heel of the loaf of bread into your marijuana. It'll keep it dry. It'll keep it fresh. I can't keep the fucking bread fresh in my house, but that's gonna keep my weed fresh.
Yeah, there won't be a mold or yeast problem there.
Yeah, I ain't gotta I got mold on the bread that I'm putting into the jar. Is that gonna help increase the mold? I hope.
It'll exponentially increase the high.
Yeah, I'm gonna get high off the mold. That's what I'm gonna do. Go ahead,
By putting
Jeff.
bread in it?
Are you doing what with it?
Yeah.
Well, we should probably take a break, huh? You're probably getting angry. That's why you're so angry over there. You ain't got high in 30 minutes.
No, I don't know why I'm so angry.
You don't
It's something to do with this show. I don't know.
You
Yeah,
just
I'm
don't
sorry,
like the
sorry.
topic. He's just a cranky. But I get it because I'm an old man and I get it. Back in the day, we didn't give a fuck. We smoked whatever they had. It was whatever. Now, why the fuck do we care? And that's where he's coming from. And I
Right.
get it. I get it, cranky.
Yeah, it used to be imported in through like gas containers.
Yeah, but we didn't give a
Well,
shit.
that's what I was
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I saw a couple dudes driving a car made right out of it.
But the thing is with it
Oh.
being legal, why
I'm
wouldn't
not
you want to
gonna
have the
move
best
it.
quality that you can get? Well, with it being illegal now, why wouldn't you want the best quality?
Right, because he doesn't care.
Because people don't have to smuggle it. Why
He doesn't
why not?
this
Why
year.
not get the best? Why not
He's like,
demand
my
it?
lungs
as
have
a
already
patient?
paid the price, so fuck it. I don't give a shit.
I think demanding transparency as a patient would be a nice movement.
Absolutely. That's why I
Well,
do it.
Yeah.
I want, if it's going to be medicine and they're going to
Yeah.
call it medicine and they're going to charge me the prices that they're fucking charging me, I want fucking the best shit. I don't want fucking, look at this. You got my glasses all fucked up. Look at these fucking things on. We got to go to a commercial. We'll be back. Holy Christ.
Welcome to the shop where the colors come alive. Collectors dream and never shine like fireworks in the sky. Stacked to the ceiling with stories in light. Magic in the air when the toys play at night. Robots spinning, Game Boys flashing, action figures strike a pose. Barbie's got her sunglasses on, G.I. Joe's in hero mode. Arcade lights and vintage signs, glowing warm and bright. Everybody smiles when the toys play at night. Race cars roaring down the aisle like thunder and chrome. Furbies waking up like they just found home. Every shelf's a treasure map, everything feels right. Step into the wonder when the toys play at night.
Are you searching for affordable products and great rosin? Well, look no further. Whether you're keeping it simple or going all out, we've got you covered. Sunny's for everyday deals, and Hash RX for that premium fire. Sunny's keeps your stash affordable, giving you value every single day. When you want the best, Hash RX. Oklahoma's premium live rosin. No solvents, no shortcuts. Affordable or premium, the choice is yours. Find us at Oklahoma dispensaries.
Nugs of many sizes, munchies, trippy friends, and stash jars are some of the gifts you'll find here at LoveNugBuds.com for a unique gift for your 420 friend. Love Nug Buds will have what you want in the end.
All right, listen up, you dirty hippies. Have you ever stepped out of the shower, still felt like you wrestled a skunk, lost, and then rolled around in a pizza box? Yeah, that's because you ain't using Seed Squatch soap. Out deep in the misty forest where the pine trees are tall and the air is fresh, the legend of the Seed Squatch roams free. That big hairy legend figured something out a long, long time ago. If you're gonna smell like a beast, you might as well smell like a good one. Seed Squatch soap is packed with Bigfoot-level scents like Thunder Fang Pineapple, Chocolate Banana Mountain King, Squatch's Secret Gardenia, and Wild Blade Lemongrass. These aren't your grandma's soap bars, man. These are rugged, legendary, forest-focused scented bombs designed to turn your shower into a rock concert for your nose. Every bar is crafted for the wild ones, the rebels, the stoners, the legends. So when you step out of that shower, you don't smell like regret and yesterday's burrito. You smell like a mystical forest rock god. That's right. So do yourself a favor, wash your hairy ass the legend way, get yourself some Seed Squatch soap, because life is too short to smell like a regular human. Seed Squatch soap. Clean like a legend, smell like a myth. Hey, welcome back to Stuffed and Uncensored. I'm the hippie, and during that commercial break, my brain went on a quick adventure without telling me. That's right. I'm pretty sure I figured out the meaning of everything and immediately lost it when I saw snacks. But that's all right, because this Stuffed and Uncensored, where the truth hits hard and the memory hits soft. So let's keep going before reality realizes we're onto it. Now back to the fellas with Stuffed and Uncensored. Peace.
Thank you, hippie. He's so good to us. I got my seed squatch soap right here. Yep, you guys gotta get yours now. It's on sale. Just go to Seed Squatch. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's get back to work. I can't remember all that shit.
Was there a squatch on the soap?
Yeah, you like that? There's a big
Yeah,
squatch.
nice.
A
Cool,
big
cool.
squatch. Yes, it's like coarse. So when you rub, it scrubs off all the, we'll just call it dirt. Yeah. Anyway, I got a question. Somebody wrote in while we were, how should consumers interpret THC percentages in a meaningful way? Yeah, somebody wanted to know that. Yeah, it was weird. I was like, what? Fucking freak.
Yeah, so I just have to kind of go back to where I'm looking at a lot of these comments from our social media posts. There are a lot of people that will say that, experienced smokers that will say that THC isn't the only thing they're looking for. Like, they're looking for terpenes. They're definitely looking for flavonoids, which not a lot of people are really reporting on very much, right? But
well, I see what you're saying, and I'm not trying to cut you off, and I always do. Get used to that. But I feel like there's a new class of smoker, and those are the ones that are actually like we were talking about before, who are sitting back and enjoying the flavors, the aromas, the tastes, the terps, the qualities, and then there's the people like Skunky and I who just smoke to get stoned, and I medically use it for pain and crazy. But overall, I'm medical, but I do recreational as well. Not in my state. God damn it! I'll get myself arrested. I don't do anything recreational, for crying out loud, officer. Oh,
Nope.
God. Going on. Jeff, take over. I gotta go get some duct tape, for crying out loud. Go ahead, buddy.
So I guess kind of getting a little further into this topic, like we've been talking about how the THC numbers that you're seeing on these test results and on the labels aren't necessarily accurate, and that there's this big problem of inflation going on. So we're really trying to figure out, how do we communicate this to either patients or dispensaries, that like those numbers are really kind of wrecking the cultivars that are out there, the things that people have access to certain types of products. And at that, it's really unfair to growers that are putting a lot of effort into growing clean product, that are growing high quality products, and it's becoming unavailable if they're not willing to find ways to get those THC numbers like really high.
You, Jeff, can send them my phone number and tell them that I am always looking for high quality medicine, and I'm willing to pay them for their medicine if I don't have to buy the dirt down the road. Holy shit.
Right.
Go ahead.
So I guess the things we're trying to address here too is that, like, we had a couple of comments on social media posts recently that were saying that at least here, that dispensaries are basically saying like they need products that are 30% or more in order to put them on their shelves and to get them to sell. But that's, at the end of the day, like, if those numbers aren't real and if you're not getting those accurate numbers, like, you're getting cheated. Like,
it's a cycle of bullshit.
Yeah, you're paying big money for getting cheated.
It's a cycle of bullshit, and the clients that come to us, just from our biased opinion, the clients that come to us end up getting damaged in that market. Because the government's not willing to hold it accountable. They're not willing to actually secret shop. They're not willing to actually have a QA lab that's live streaming or transparent to actually show that they're trustworthy. So if the government's not willing to fix it, and the patients aren't willing to advocate for fixing it or some easy solutions, then the market's just going to be a bullshit cycle that then no one's
All
gonna
we can
no
do
one's
is
gonna win
win.
in the end,
Beat
other
our
than the
heads
cheaters.
against
The
the
cheaters
wall.
are gonna win in the end, and then how do you even know what kind of product you're gonna end up getting in the end? Because if they're willing to cheat now, what makes you think that they're
Yeah.
gonna button up later and fix it like
Yeah.
later and be clean later? They're gonna choose the margins over the medicine, and then we're all fucked.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry.
It made me feel much better now.
We're not.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm saying there's a chance if people
I
actually
know.
wanna,
I know.
yeah.
I know you're just spreading the truth, and it hurts. And it said this is gonna hurt. This episode might hurt some people because really and truly, it's hurting me.
Well, I mean, all we're trying to do is advocate for honesty. Like, let's
Me
be
too.
let's be realistic here. If the average THC potency is between 18 to 24, and everything in your dispensary is sitting, and like these
I'm
30,
gonna shit your pants right now. Well, no, I'll shit my own pants. You shit
What?
yours. But my friend
What?
came over with some of her medicine. We're gonna leave names to be, and we may have been recreating together, medicating together. And she brought me a bag of ground up flour that said 17% THC. And I was like, whoa, that almost might make sense. Holy shit.
Mhm.
That's the closest thing I've seen to normal. That's the
Was it
lowest.
lab tested?
Well, I don't know. Probably it's a medical dispensary, but it doesn't mean. I know a friend of mine. I have to reach out to him, by the way. I have a friend of mine that used to own a lab here in PA, and he said, "Yeah, no more. I'm out of here, bruh. I'm not hanging out in this dump. Everybody goes to that one place that takes everybody and gives them all the beautiful numbers, and everybody's like, we're not coming to you. You cost too much, and you give us little numbers. We need big numbers." He said he would never smoke the weed here in Pennsylvania unless he knew the guy who was growing it. Yeah. I'm not going to call out any names or anything, but oof, that made me feel great every time I walk into my dispensary. I'm like, yay, woohoo, this is going to be fun.
That's kind of where it's important to get to know your growers and how they're growing things, and then you can actually ask them for those products. Like, say, hey, we don't need the highest THC. We want like real
I
numbers.
want medicine. I
Like,
wanted
show me
to
what
get
I'm
me.
actually,
Yeah.
show me what I'm actually smoking.
Yeah, it's just hard if people already have a busy day to then start digging through
having
and
to
going,
do
which
stuff
one,
by law.
which R&D do I need to do and figure out who would I trust my cannabis from. It's like
Oh, yeah, well,
time's already very finite
I was
anyway.
being sarcastic. I was being like, oh, fuck, I gotta grow weed by the law now, too.
Yeah.
Crying out loud. You want me to follow rules, too?
Well, and some of those rules are just
We just
off.
got the right to grow the shit. Now you want me to follow rules? Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's what'll get it taken away.
Right, because they're not following the rules, you genius.
Well, and some of those rules are written poorly as well. So I mean, so sometimes they're like, hey, if I want to cultivate the
people
best
out
flower,
there who are doing it right. That's the sad part. Is there's so many people who are having to turn to do it illegally, even though they don't want to, because they can't keep up with the cheaters and the scammers.
Yeah,
we'll call them that for a lack.
Well,
of
that's why
better
I'm
word.
wondering for patients and dispensaries. We've had conversations with people, and they'll be like, "Oh, I trust this lab or I trust that lab," and I'm like, "Why?
Yeah,
why do you?
Do any type of idea why this?
And it's usually probably some cognitive bias where they're like, "Well, we're getting what we want to hear." So of course I trust them.
Yeah, they always have my flower, and it's always 28.
And sometimes it's some pretty big companies, and I just get frustrated. I'm like, why do you trust them? I've been in their lab. I'm like, yeah, but you don't see every single thing they do. Planned, undocumented deviations. You have no idea.
No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna say, you don't know if they're shitting in the pots for their own fertilizer. Who the hell knows what they're doing? You know, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know over there, border bog blue.
How do you know I ain't shit in my own flower pot and planted weed in there before?
You did. You told me.
Right.
Hot. Sounds real hot.
And look at me.
Look at you.
I'm fine.
Pulled his hair back.
What level of variability exists in THC testing results under normal conditions? Jeffrey or Mo? I don't want to put everything on you, Jeff. Do a lot of
Put it on Jeff.
Jeff, this one's for you, buddy.
All right, I'll take it. Okay, so I only have so much information from each state that I read the regulations about, but it seems like around 10 to 15% seems to be pretty normal for everywhere. Now, whether that's good science, that's pretty debatable. I think that we should be getting the smallest amount of variability as possible, but I also think that with this larger amount of variability, it allows these kind of manipulation to like occur. So
That's the
I
sad
don't
part,
agree with
right?
it.
Oh,
I don't agree with it, but it is part of the problem, right?
absolutely.
What's our variability, Jeff?
For THC potency, ours is sitting at 0.7%.
It's
What's
less
funny?
than
What's funny is I
1%,
remember
right?
having conversations with Jeff like 4 or 5 years ago, and him being like, "We should be average. We should be an average laboratory."
Right. Well, that
Man,
everybody else should catch up to you because they're way behind average.
Yeah, I thought we were not doing very well at 0.7%. I thought we should be doing way
They're like,
better,
"Oh,
but
fuck, we're gonna get shut down. You guys gotta do better, man. Get these numbers up. What the hell?" And then you find out that you're like putting out number. Everybody else is like 25, and you're at 0.7. Anyway,
it'd be interesting to see the averages that come out of laboratories, especially with transparent
there should
metric
be
data.
like a laboratory lord.
That would be
Go for
so
job.
great. That would be so
A
great to
lord
be
of
able to see what averages
laboratories.
are coming out.
And then we just go and we have to keep an eye on all the laboratories and make sure they're doing their jobs appropriately.
We
Ugh.
wouldn't know.
Well, why wouldn't we if we have people going there constantly? If there was a lord of laboratories, yeah.
Yeah, it goes into like even third-party testing on anything. I mean, the rough part is on any supplements and all these other things.
How do we know what they do with our food, Skunky?
Yeah, it's rough.
We don't.
Right.
The same shit they do with our weed, I'm sure.
Worse.
Potentially, yeah.
Maybe.
Worse.
Yeah, very, very, very likely.
Or exactly the same. Who knows? But no matter what, I don't want
Then
any
you're
of
then
it.
you're getting some symptoms or whatever else, and then you go to the doctor, and then
Our
you get
friend
some
is
pharmaceutical
doing
drugs to
he's
suppress.
doing some sort of bug get out of him. But what's he calling that shit, Skunky?
Who?
Our friend that is taking some medicine to get all the germs out of him. What is that shit?
Parasite.
Oh, a parasite cleanse. What the hell is that shit? I'm in trouble if I'm supposed to be doing those because I ain't never done one of them.
We're probably
Well,
parasites.
Jeff, you seem like you know what we're talking about over here. How many times you parasite clean in a week?
Who, me?
Yeah. You got a big smile, like you enjoy that shit. I don't know what it is, but
I'm afraid
Maybe he's just laughing at it.
out of my body, you know?
I don't want anything else coming out of my body except for a couple things that do. That's all. I'm not looking for extras.
Well,
anyway, what, Blue?
I would think if you had a parasite causing you harm, it would make you sick some way. So you know you have it.
Fucking, like, what is that movie? Alien.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have the alien
coming out of my stomach.
Right.
Is my parasite. That's if I got one, it's coming out of my hole or my belly. Anyway, can we get back to work here, please? Are testing methodologies standardized across laboratories, or this is a stupid question. Are testing methodologies standardized across laboratories, or do significant differences exist? Significant differences exist. Holy
Okay,
shit.
so I'm glad you asked this question.
Not a stupid question. My apologies. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm glad you asked this question. This is something I had a discussion with in the last week with somebody where it's basically like when you have to perform your test for ISO that all labs have to do nationally and be able to pass. You can perform that test correctly, and then when you're not doing that test, then you can start inflating numbers again, and you'll never get caught. Like you'll show like, oh, hey, look, I can pass my test, and then after that point in time, then you can continue to inflate numbers.
You mean
bad results.
You mean cheating and lying and stealing?
Yeah, so just because something's standardized, it doesn't mean that it's foolproof. Like there's so many variables that you can manipulate, and no one would ever be able to catch you on the back end.
Right.
So like, so when people advocate for standardization, all they're really doing is helping players dictate what the science is, what they're dictating it rather than it being an open conversation. And then they get to kind of weed other people out and say, oh, you need this expensive equipment or this like overpriced thing that's not really necessary.
I'm hoping with Grandma Ivy's support we have transparency. I don't know what this one is.
Yeah, the
Grandma
government's transparent.
Some
Yeah.
good weed right there. I think
Hmm.
that
I'm not sure what
Ivy?
Grandma Ivy's is, but like I'm interested.
30,
Yeah.
What it is.
35, she got 35% THC or some shit down there because she's baked. Good Lord. Anyway, moving on. How much regulatory overnight currently exists for cannabis testing labs? Did I say that right? How much regulatory
oversight?
Oversight.
Oversight.
Yeah, mine, not
Yeah.
overnight. Oversight. Go ahead.
I mean, everywhere that has I'll say this in general. I believe this to be the case that pretty much everywhere that has a medical program has a lot of regulatory oversight. The question is that even with the rules, is it being enforced? Do the inspectors or the administration know what they're doing? That's a bigger question, and we don't know.
Oh,
We
Jeremy.
don't know.
Our friend Jeremy has another comment. Jeremy, thank you everybody for the comments today. You guys have been on fire. I love it. That is why the state had it set up to retest and reserve samples 3 times a year to compare to results posted on the COAs, but it hasn't happened since 2022 when Midas was the Way Lab. All right.
Okay, so Metis is the QA lab for Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
And
Was.
yeah, it was. Sorry, Metis was the QA lab for Oklahoma, and 2022, I think they shut down or severed their ties with the OMMA, which is our regulatory authority here.
Yeah, I know them guys.
But
no
yeah,
good over there. I've heard nothing but bad about them truckers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hear things. I got big ears. Go ahead.
So they were supposed to test reserve samples in the labs and make sure that the results of the labels on the shelf matched what was on the test results. But that hasn't happened in 3 or 4 years now. And
what even happened as a result of that? Did they even show a report? Did they even push out a report on that at all? Or is that just something they just kept internally
left in the wind
and just said that they did it?
Yeah,
what's the report results for that? Just because somebody has it in like a law and a rule, like unless there's like transparency, we actually get to see what happened or how it was even tested.
They won't even let you guys in the building.
How do you know that if politicians and legislators have vested interest in cannabis and certain aspects of it to make themselves money, how do we know that then the government isn't being leveraged to manipulate information to then push out competitors that aren't in the vested interest of the legislators?
I'm already thinking that.
So just because some of these rules are in place, this is where I don't really agree with a lot of people. They're like, "Oh, the rules are there; just enforce the rules." It's like, you can enforce, but the rules need to be.
Talk to them about the rules.
The rules also need to be altered.
And Charlie go there 100 times a week. You guys go there all the time, and I mean, you probably get a better chance of getting in than some of us. But
I think what we're getting at, though, at least what I'm getting at, in the discussions with Jeff for like the last 6-7 years or however long, realizing that like, unless you can really show the work all the way through, just like you're in math class or you're doing algebra, just because the algebra is there, but if you're not able to actually show your like work, then how do you know it's honestly done? So the laws really need to be altered in order to build that trust between the government and the actual patients and the businesses. So like, unless there's like full transparency on the government end, what trade secrets are they worried about? This is the thing that I find so frustrating is like, there are no trade secrets that the government needs to be worried about. So if you're testing stuff and you're doing whatever, and you're doing these proficiency tests at supposedly at one point, why are you transparent with the information? There's no reason to be to have any of that information not disclosed. Yeah,
right.
there's
nothing
no reason
to hide here.
There should be nothing. Yeah, it makes no sense. So like for us as a business, it's like I don't trust. No offense, I just don't trust the government. I don't trust a lot of the bigger players that are involved in the legislative and lobbying for the government, because how do I know what their genuine interests are? And
let me ask you a question. You guys, you guys have a very low bar when it comes to testing for chemicals and stuff compared to other states. Some other states, bigger, like California. We use that one as an example all the time, so we'll use it again. They test for, I'm not exactly sure, 196 or something like that, if I remember correctly, and you guys test for 13. When you are testing medicine, you come across, I know you guys are above and beyond. So, and you're transparent, so we could always ask if we want to by going to your channel. What is that channel again, Jeff? Stitch/TV HavardLabs.com or something like that.
Close. It's Twitch. Yeah, twitch.tv/HavardLabs.
Oh, yes. All right. Anyway, well, you can always go there and check it out. But what I was getting at is, do you come across some medicine that blows your socks off? You're like, oh my God, these guys are really doing it, and they should be selling their medicine over in California because they'd probably pass over there with all their quality medicine. Or is everybody just bringing you the best they can at 13%? You know what I mean?
Well, okay,
Sorry.
so this kind of addresses one of the topics that Mo was talking about. Like, if the sample that they give to the lab isn't representative of the rest of the batch, then it might look really clean. It may not have anything sprayed on it. They may have optimal grow conditions that aren't representative of the rest of the room. So maybe that, but there are also people that are really genuinely trying to do a very good job.
I would think not everybody in Oklahoma is growing 13% or 13. They're trying to grow their best. They, grow your own. Like our friend Bleezy, I'm sure his stuff, I don't know where he gets his tested or whatever, but I've heard nothing but wonderful stuff about his medicine. I don't know very much about it. I would love to get him on the show sometime soon. But that being said, I would think that his medicine is going to test higher than some of the people who are just barely trying to get by.
That's kind of what we're getting at. The testing may not actually equate to the quality of the actual flower, the plant, the medicine. So,
I get you.
Who knows how well
you're testing for 13.
but he's putting quality inputs, and he's not putting negative inputs, right? I don't think he's using, from what I remember my conversation with him, I don't think he's using pesticides. I know another grow that's been testing with us for
using live soil. I'm interested in talking to him.
I know another grower that's a gas dealer. Like, he uses no pesticides. He uses natural inputs. There's certain synthetic inputs he uses for a reason.
When you're dealing with all the bullshit that you guys have to deal with in Oklahoma, and you're growing good stuff, just keep it for yourself. Why share? The hell with it. Grow your own. I mean, what's the law there? Are you allowed to medically grow there in Oklahoma or no? Grow your own. Grow your own.
You are. You're allowed to have a certain
amount of plants. See, here in Pennsylvania, they're getting ready to pass recreational, and I'm still hearing rumors that there's no grow your own on it.
Wow.
We're still not going to be able to grow our own.
Wow.
And I'm going to end up having to leave this state because I'm getting to the point where I'm going to be the only one I can trust. And that scares me, and I don't know. Anyway.
And that's exactly why we're trying to have these conversations and see if we can do something to help.
But even to grow your own people, you're going to have people out there that don't know what they're doing, and they're going to make themselves sick by trying to grow their own, by saying, all right, maybe I can try putting this pesticide on there, and not asking questions, not coming over to Stuffed and Uncensored every week and following us to know what's good and what's bad to put on our medicine. It's scary. It's scary because how many people are out there that are allowed to grow their own, that are doing things, and then you're allowed to share it with your friends, right? There's a lot of states where you can give it to your friends. You can't sell it to them, but you can give it to them for medicine, and now they're giving it to their friends, and then they're getting sick, and then they're passing it on, and then they're blaming my goddamn beef. Damn beef. And it's not, it's the damn weed. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Go ahead, Jeff. Mo, take over.
I think you're
go from there.
You're hitting them. I mean, I think that's kind of the whole thing is like, why not
What's
It's a sad state always in like the world where truth and being honest it does not also equate to having a surviving or thriving business.
I don't want no hate from this. I'm not doing this because we're trying to. We're not doing this because we want anything to go wrong in this industry. We want it just to be okay so that it'll survive and stick around and keep the people honest, for crying out loud. That's all I want. I want clean, safe medicine. If it's going to be medicine, it should be safe.
I think definitely getting patients, you're doing a great job. I think trying to get patients to get educated. We really appreciate you having us where it's like we're able to kind of voice our perspective.
You guys here, I wouldn't even be able to do it because I would be stuck here with dumbass.
But I think
sorry, dumbass.
No, but I definitely think
still be getting better advice.
I go to you for expert advice.
I love his puppet. It's great.
Right.
But yeah, I think definitely getting the patients to be able to be empowered and be able to ask, hey, where was this tested? Why do you trust that laboratory? Especially if there's potentially better options that build that trust. This is what's very frustrating.
Why do you trust Harvard Labs, right, Blue? Tell them.
Yeah,
say it now.
Right.
Say it now.
Hey, I'd like to know the answer to that.
Say it in front of their face.
Why would I trust you?
Why do we have to trust you guys, fellas?
Your lab anyway. If you can't trust any, why would I trust you? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think just because we are live streaming and we're asking people to ask questions while we're live streaming so they can actually see the math.
Okay. So
like, they're doing it. They're the ones out here.
So we're asking people to ask us about the science, and we will show you. Like I think that's the big difference of where we're trying to survive to hold accountability, because we've tried to be honest since the beginning. But if other people aren't, then our only way of trying to hold them accountable and get the patients to be able to ask serious questions of going, why do you trust this lab or that lab? It's like, well, for us, we're trying to lead by example and trying to hope that other labs join in on that. That way we don't have to fight them. That way the numbers can be honest.
Right.
And then we can survive. And then it becomes
a top of the hill and then even out at least.
Then it becomes a customer service thing, not a competency or manipulation issue.
Right. Now it's
customer service and us just being, because then at that point it's like, okay, then it's customer service and honesty. And it's like, okay, now choose. Not you're stuck into choosing and shopping because somebody else is giving you fake numbers that then can make you an extra $1,000 on a pound.
I went and I said, you know what? I'm not going to mention any names, but I have a dispensary in my area that I tend to go to quite often. One of several, but I'm not going to name any names, like I said. But I went and I did some research on I read the reviews. I was reading the reviews, and they hate my dispensaries around here. Everybody talks smack about them, and I'm like, why is the goddamn place packed all the time? If you're talking smack about it, it just doesn't. I know the smack you're talking. I see the smack. I live the smack. I smoke this, but I probably don't want to say that.
Well,
smoke the smack. That's not good. Not real smack, YouTube. Relax. Anyway, it's just crap. And then they're writing the stories. It's crappy. The prices are outlandish. I can't believe we pay this much for this. We could go to the guy on the side of the road. I don't know where I'm going. Stop me anytime.
Right. That's what happens when you get the government involved.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the duality. If you don't have the government involved, then it's just a free-for-all, then there can be tons of manipulation. And that's the sad part is like whenever you draw a line, there can be manipulation on either end. To not have some sort of authority, I think, is also a rough. It's kind of the example of how do you know what was sprayed on, and even then, it is rough to even know. But at least you're somewhat discouraged if you're going to be held accountable.
I'm one of them guys that would probably make myself sick because I have a orange thumb somewhere. Right there. Orange thumb. I don't have a green thumb. I am not a plant grower. I've tried in the past. Not marijuana, because I can't do that in my state, of course. But I tried growing other types of plants like ferns and cactus. Anyway, back to you guys. Right. So I tried to grow stuff here and it didn't work. Yeah, so what am I supposed to do? I want fresh, good medicine, but we live in a shitty area.
Get better at it.
Medicine as well. Our season is short, so what are we automatically gonna have to go to those auto flowers because we can only grow a certain amount of time?
Grow them indoors.
Okay, good point.
Mhm.
All right.
I mean, that's usually where most of the high quality flour, some people argue, comes from.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
What was that?
Yeah. Nothing. All right. I love you guys. Jeff, we probably didn't get over anything you wanted to talk about. I'm sorry.
No, I think this has actually been a good show, and like we are definitely at least addressing the issue of like there are definitely inflated THC results
There's so
in
much
every
I
state.
can talk about. It just
Yeah.
drives me nuts because so many of my friends and family members, they come home or come into wherever we're hanging out and they show me their medicine and I'm just like, yeah, that's pretty. And I just want, and then they give me dirty looks because they know I'm going to give them a speech about their medicine and then they get mad and I'm like,
I'm in the same boat.
I'm just trying to help you.
I'm in the same boat. People be like, "Hey Mo, try this," and I'll be like, "I'm sorry.
No, I'm all right.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm sorry. I can't."
Yeah, but when you're learning this shit and you come here every week, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. in the mountains, and 1 p.m. over there on the West Coast, and you join us every week, you can learn stuff about this and you can make your own choices, right? You make your own choices. Like this guy over here, he likes to smoke toenails and whatever else that comes in his weed.
I don't know what I'm smoking.
Personally, I don't like it.
Right.
So, anyway.
It's gonna be hilarious.
I'm smoking high grade Florida quality shit here, bro.
THC at
You know OG stands for ocean grown, and I'm body open.
stands for old.
No pesticides down here.
Hell yeah.
No pesticides
Hell yeah.
on the beach.
No.
Down there. Yeah, nothing.
We use salt to get the bugs off.
All right. That being said, I want to thank everybody for coming by and hanging out. Our time has come. We need to start doing this show every night of the week because that's how much educating we got to do, especially with this guy over here. That being said, I want to thank you guys most of all. I
Always got one guy who wants to buck the system.
we have to have that one jerk. Anyway, I want to thank Aviva. I want to tell Aviva we missed her in Scribbles. I hope everything went well with the crime fighting down
here
in Georgia. No, they weren't here, buddy. You didn't even.
Oh, I forgot.
Gotta get a haircut, man. That hair is in your eyes. You can't even see.
Whoa. I'm trying to get dreads to grow here.
Oh, good job. Anyway, we're out of here. I want to thank everybody again for being here. Jeff, hit me up. Let me know what you want to talk about next week. We're going to make it. We got to wake these people up and get them to understand.
Yeah.
We want safe, clean medicine. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts this week. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Toys Play at Night. Oh, and then Saturday night. Patience for Safe Access with Summer Parker. Another doozy coming up this week. I'm already writing my my disclaimers now. I'm not getting in trouble for this one. Stick around. Peace, love, hippie hugs, and a whole shitload of nugs. Until next time, we out.
No script, no rules, just jokes on blast. Stories flying way too fast. If you're bored, well, not no more. 'Cause here we go at 4 o'clock sharp. You hear that knock? That's the fun at the door. Tuesday at 4, yeah, we're hanging out. Got your belly skunky friends all around talking nonsense. Laughing loud, best damn hang you're gonna find in town. Tuesday at 4.